Hello. We're gonna wait for a few people to jump on here. Um, we're gonna make a gnome keychain today with Doodle with Dot. We're gonna doodle a gnome from from beginning to end. Oh, my hair's kind of funky today. That's okay. Let's get everything ready. We'll get our little thumb protector on. And we gotta have our glove. This is the piece of wood we're going to start with. It is 2.5 centimeters by 2.5 centimeters by 10 centimeters. Otherwise, a 1 by 1 by 4. Okay? Pretty much close to a 4 anyway. We're going to get our little gnomey dude. Well, first we got to get our center lines put in here. So we're just going to go from corner to corner, corner to corner. This way we can find the middle of our wood here. And keep them kind of centered that way. And then just kind of make like a little cross thing in there. Right like that. We're going to mark here. Mark there. Mark here. Mark there. We're going to go all the way around. Just kind of get the marks put in there. So that they line up. We're going to get them drawn on there. Get all of our center marks marked here. And we'll kind of go from there. And one more. Remember, as you're jumping on, say hi. Let me know you're here. Woo! Lost my ruler there. Okay, so we got all of our center marks marked. Now we're going to get them marked out so we know where we're carving here. Okay, so I'm going to go to about 9.5 here. Then I'm going to go to 7 centimeters. And then 5.5 centimeters. And then I'm going to go up here and mark at 7 centimeters. Okay. And got all my little hashes in there. Now we're just going to draw them all the way around. Or attempt to. I'm not very well at this. It'll be pretty darn close. There we go. Get it marked all the way around here.
Looking at the 412 exit sign eastbound. Take him to Joe's garage. Or I think it's an alternator out.
Hello, everybody. Hello. Remember to say hi as you're jumping on here. Let me bring up my chat here so I can see you guys when you come in. Say hi, smash that like button. And if you are not already, please subscribe to the channel. Hello. How are you? Alrighty. So we're just going to get all of our lines drawn on here so we can just start whittling away. We're going to whittle up a little gnome dude today. I got a call from Arizona today for a gnome dude. This is what he's going to look like to start with. That's what he starts as. Okay. I'm going to take my knife here, and first we're going to take off all the corners because it makes it easier to hold, a little bit nicer on your hands if it doesn't have the corners. Get all of them taken off. You don't have to take off much, just a little, just enough to get the sharpness off of there. This is some nice little basswood that I'm using here. Gotta love the basswood. It's nice and easy to whittle away. Okay, so we got the corners off. Now this right here is going to be the top of his hat. So we're going to make some stop cuts and get his hat started here. So we just push in and go up to it. I start with my corners. Hi, Greg! Yes, the #1 like. That is so awesome. Thanks, Greg. You're awesome. Hopefully we get a lot of the tribe coming in today. I hope. Wish I could be outside carving. I can't, as my foot is still healing from a nail going into it. So I shouldn't probably be outside carving with an open wound. So yeah, I'm just making some stop cuts. Oh, no way. Really? I did not know he was carving. Darn it. Oh well. Maybe when he's done, everybody will hop on over. Because it's going to take a minute. We're going to make a little gnome. I got a call from Arizona today that they wanted a gnome keychain. These have seemed to be like really popular for me. Making the keychains out, the gnomes that are keychains. Everybody seems to really like them. So I make a lot of them. Okay, I'm going to use my chip knife here. We're just going to go in and... Thank you. I appreciate that. More than you know, I appreciate that, because nothing's worse than going live and not knowing anybody. Oh, well, thank you. So, yep, we got part of his hat already going in here. We're just going to go in here and get it all cut out. Ah! Hey, Josh. Yes, you did. Yes, I sent you a little care package. I appreciate your support and everything so much. So, yep, I'm just going in here and getting his hat cut out here. That way I can get started on it. We're going to do a gnome. Do a gnome. Keep getting all these. Oh, awesome. That'll be so awesome. I'll come watch as soon as I'm done. I'm like, I can't wait for you to do a mail call. Huh?
If I shower with that much.
No, I won't. Well, and it was so funny. Josh, because when I was doing that, you know, and I was like painting that, I couldn't really say what home he was going to, but I kept saying he was going to a new home. And yeah, I was like, he'll find out when he opens up the box what home I was talking about. I'm gonna work on getting the ball set in here. Make my stop cuts. Awesome. I can't wait. I'm so glad that you like it. And I loved your feather that you did. Oh my gosh, that is so cool. Yeah, because I couldn't give it away as to what home he was going to, but he was getting a new home. I love doing my whittles and them getting new homes. And like this one's going to go all the way to Arizona. Um, there's a lady there that loves gnomes. And so I got a call this morning. Um, actually from my mom. And my aunt wanted to get her a gnome keychain for Christmas. So they called to see if I could make some more gnome keychains. I'm like, absolutely. I love doing the gnome keychains. They're easy and quick to do, which is nice because I'm not one to sit there and spend days and days on a whittle. I just can't. Too much ADHD to sit there too long and do that. We're going to round this one out here. Get it all round. See? Like instantly it turns round. Which is so nice. It makes it so easy to get these all rounded. For like my little gnome keychains here, the 1x1x4s, they're like, what I think, the gnome keychains are 10. And then I also do gnome figurines out of the bigger pieces, and these are 20. But the little gnome keychains, they're only 10 bucks, which isn't bad. And I customize them to whatever colors they want and stuff like that. And gnomes seem to be the going thing right now. Everybody loves the gnomes. Not sure why, but they do. I love doing them because it's more me. I'm not good on wood spirits, stuff like that, but get me gnomes and I can do gnomes. I can do gnomes all day long because they're so simple. So this up here that I'm working on is going to be the ball of his hat. And we're going to have a wonky hat. So he's not going to have an even hat. It's going to be a wonkified hat. Because none of my gnomes have a straight hat. So that also helps. Because I like to do the wonky hats. So I'm going to go ahead and start kind of getting his hat rounded in here a little bit better. I'm going to kind of get it started to be wonkified here a little bit. I use a chipper knife 90% of the time when I whittle now, guys. I got this chipper knife, and I love this thing. Out of all the knives I have now, this is the one that I use, and this is the one I made the handle for. And I just love it. I can do so much with it now. Like, not only because of the handle, but because of the fact that it just works for me. And just chip away at the hat. I just kind of whittle away at it, and whatever shape it ends up taking on, it just kind of takes on its own shape there. I never know exactly what it's going to be. Hi, Mark. How are you? Just doing a whittle real quick of a little gnome keychain. Doing a doodle. Do the doodle. Doodle, 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 doodle. Yep, that's what we are doing. Then we go around, get this part taken off. And that's kind of how I do the ball on the hat. As I whittle the hat down, I just whittle away at the top too. And then eventually it becomes a ball. And yep, I think this needs to come in a lot more on this side. I kind of had a little sketch made up of what I kind of wanted him to be like. Not that they ever turn out like my sketches, but sometimes they do. Not very often. Well, once in a while. So we are just getting the hat shaped in here. Oh my goodness, that is so awesome, Josh. What am I doing? I am whittling a gnome keychain. This is what I'm doing. So yeah, we're just gonna get his hat figured in here a little bit better. See, it's kind of wonkified. Remember, if you guys are not a subscriber to the channel, please like and subscribe for me. Something that I appreciate very much. If you do that, I am trying to hit 200 subscribers. I'm very close. I'm only like, what, 15 away, I think. So, please, like and subscribe for me. Let's get to 200. Woo-hoo! Just always like just a lot of little pieces to take off here, but that's okay. It's well worth it in the end. You know, I think some of the older tools actually work better than some of these newer ones that they're coming out with. They just last longer and they work better. And free's always good. I'm just going to get the top of this hat done here. I have been stuck at the same number for months. I've been stuck at 180, 185 for months, but I am hoping I can get there with it. I hope. I really want to get to 200. And then my next goal will be 250. And then My next goal after that will be 300. Sometimes I think I'm never going to get to my next goal because it does take forever sometimes. Of course, I haven't been doing much for the lives and stuff like that because of being injured and everything else all the time, it seems like. Um, as you guys know, I had a nail go through my foot. So I still can't go outside and power carve yet. Um, I'm not even really walking. Yeah, and that's kind of how I started out. I was doing YouTube for fun, and I still have fun with it. But yeah, sometimes it's time consuming, but it's still fun for me. Just get on and say hi to everybody, and yeah, it is painful. I'm still not really walking much on it. Have a beautiful little shoe on that prevents me from flexing my foot because they said not to. They said it would make it worse. I'm not either. I don't want to be, mm, you know, I just want to reach as many people as I can. If that makes any sense to anybody, that's kind of what I want to do. Is just reach as many people as I can, teach them a trade that like people just don't know anymore. You know, um, I'm never afraid to share my little secrets that I have because the more you share them, the better people get with it too. And I don't want the craft to die. Like if I am gone, I don't want that craft to be gone too. That's why I like to teach with my sewing, my crocheting, jewelry making, any of that. I'm always willing to share on that because it's not something that I want to become a lost art. And kids these days need to learn this stuff too, so that they can carry it on. And YouTube's a great way to reach out to them. I mean, it really is. To me, you reach a lot more people through YouTube than anything. I'm just going to take part of the ball off here. Maybe. I'm just taking big chunks. Yeah, I mean, that seems to be where I learned a lot of my stuff was YouTube. And it's helpful. Like I follow a lot with like Doug Linker and um Alec and Joe and even, Josh and you guys, I follow you guys to learn something. And to me, if you're not learning every day, you're wasting a day. You gotta learn something every day. Otherwise, you're just gonna waste the day. I like to learn something new every day. That's just the way it should be. So now I'm just kind of making this ball a little bit round up here, and it's not going to be a perfect round. Nothing that I do is perfect. Um, that's the joys of whittling. You don't have to be perfect. You can be off a little bit, and that's what they call whimsical. It doesn't have to be perfect. If you're going for perfection, sometimes it's not as fun. To me, imperfect is almost as fun as having it perfect. And anybody who knows me knows I'm far from perfect. Everything I make is kind of a little bit whimsical and funky, because that's how I am. I mean, I am just myself. I'm whimsical, I'm funky. So, yeah. But yeah, so what is everybody else up to today? I am just going to sit here and get this little ball made. It's pretty easy. I don't like, saw this end grain on the end. I like to get that off. You know you have a nice sharp knife when it takes off this end grain real easy. You know, it just makes it so much easier when your knives are really nice and sharp. Yes, stroke them a lot, but that's fine. That's the fun of whittling. Just getting to stroke the knives, make them nice and sharp. Make them do what you want them to. That's the joys of it. There we go. See, he's got his little ball on his hat now. Now we can kind of shape up the hat a little bit better here. I want this to come in just a bit more here on this side. Okay. So I am going to draw his little face in here so I can get started on it to know how big I need his face. Now this isn't going to be the final shape of his hat. It's going to be a little bit better there. But to show you guys kind of how I do a gnome's face, I do everything through squares. I start square because I can make a square a circle. If that makes any sense. I can make a square a circle any day. Cannot make a circle a square. So that's going to be his little nose right there. See that? It's going to be his nose, and then his little stash is going to come down. Now his little shoes are going to be down in here too. Make this a little bit better here. A little bit more flat there. Okay. And he's going to have middle to his shoes. We're going to go right there, and right there, and right there, and right there. It's going to be his shoes. Okay. And then his beard is going to come in between there. So his beard's going to come like around like this. Okay, so then that one's going to be part of his beard, and I kind of make just a half a circle here. I don't put arms on my gnome dudes. I just don't. I don't like arms on my gnomes because I don't like to do arms. I'll work on this hat just a tad bit more here. And get the brim put into it pretty easy like. There we go. His little hat's kind of forming now. Okay. So now we're going to go ahead and get his little nose put in here too. So I just make a stop cut in there and go up to the stop cut. See how he's got a nose now. Okay, and then I'm gonna, so from these marks here, I'm just gonna come down and be cut into that. relief cut that, if that makes any sense. There. And then I come in this way, and I take out a chunk, right like that. 77! Hey! I did not mean to go live while you were live. I did not see that you were live. I'm so sorry. We're making a gnome keychain today. I'm making a little gnome keychain. I had people all the way from Arizona call me, wanting a keychain of a gnome. So yeah, that's what we are doing. Just making a little gnome dude. And he'll end up being a little keychain. This one's like a little keychain too. He's kind of a long little keychain, but he's a keychain also. Alright, we're just going to keep getting his nose put in here too. He's got to have a good nose. Thank you, thank you. This is what I enjoy doing. I'd much rather be outside. I'd rather be outside dremeling, but I can't do that with a hole in my foot right now. So, yeah, we're just going to have to hold off on that for a little bit. Take my corners off a little bit more here. Get him rounded off on the sides here a little bit better. The joys of having very sharp knives is they cut through everything. And then you take all this stuff, guys. It's the best fire starter ever. It'll start a fire like no other. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, we're gonna chisel out so his hat does stay on him a little bit better. Tell the difference between his hat and his head. And there we go. See his little hat sitting on there now. Alrighty, so let me see. Pretty much got his nose in there for the most part. Got a nice little nose. I like making button noses on my little dudes. Round off my edges here on the hat. Can't leave a sharp edge on anything, that would be wrong. Gotta round them things off. There we go. Now his hat. Holiday weekend's been okay. I spent my day sitting in the recliner 99% of the time. Haven't really been able to get up much. Had a nail go through my foot. So, been taking it easy, letting that heal. Okay, get him shaped up a little bit better here. Alrighty, he's looking pretty darn good. So now I'm going to do his little beard part here too. I'm just going to take my knife and round it around him. Right like that. And then I'm going to cut into that. For his little mustache. And I'm going to bring his little hair down too. skin in towards his face. His face is what's gonna... I always cut towards the face side so that the hair stands out. Do a little triangle cut here to get that out. Yep, the little gnome that I painted the other day. I kept saying he was getting a new home. I wouldn't say where he was going. And he went to Josh. So we're going to round his nose off. So to do that, I just take the corners off, see? And then he has a little round nose. And then I'm just going to take the edges off of it a little bit. Keep it kind of rounding. Using my little chip knife. There we go. See his little nose. Kind of taking shape there. Yeah, I'm hoping it'll heal quick. Being diabetic, I don't really know what I'm in for here with it, but we're just gonna wait and see. I did learn my lesson to start wearing shoes around my house now. The doctor told me that a while back to make sure I have shoes on in the house. I hate to wear shoes. I absolutely despise shoes. But I've now learned my lesson as to why to wear them. There we go. Look at that. He's got part of a half of a face, his eyeballs in there. I think that's one reason why I like to make gnomes, is I don't really have to make eyeballs. I just make a dent in their face and call it an eyeball. And this little dude might even get bling for his eyeballs, because I think the lady would like to have some bling in her eyeballs. The lady who ordered them. But I don't know if you can see it too well, but now he's got eyeballs. And cheekbones. So let's get this side carved in here. It's going to go this way. Come in and shave that. And then he's going to have hair coming down right here. Coming down to it and carve in towards the face here. Oof. There we go. And he's got hair on both sides of his face. And his little stash. Get his stash plunged in here. Love to make these plunging V-cuts, because boy, it makes such a difference when you got the V-cut into the corner against not having it. Makes such a difference. So I just make like a little V and dig out the corner there. Gives you kind of some dimension then on his little face. Alright, and then I'm going to have his little beard. Come all the way around like this. Just going to notch that out also here. Just so I kind of know where it's at. Same with this side. Right like that. We do have an amazing community. Like, our tribe is pretty darn cool.
No.
It really is. I really adore our tribe that we have.
It's nice to just regrows every year. Yeah, I just understand.
I do love the fact that, you know, we have a close tribe. We really do. We have a very close tribe. Just kind of etching his face out here a minute. Getting it so it's a little bit more pronounced from his hair. A little bit more rounded around there. Okay, so we're going to bring his hair down this way. Take out the corner here. Get some depth in that corner there. Round his little face off a little bit there.
Yeah, I need to do that myself. I kind of got it organized. You got all the parts of it on one side, and I got equipment covered.
Yeah, I got the harvester and then that one. And a lawnmower.
And I need to make a triangle on the side of his head over here. Just so that his face rounds. We don't want a square face. We want it kind of rounded up. There we go. Now he's getting quite the little face to him. Oh, my nose itches. Yes, it does. Okay, we're going to work on this hat here just a little bit more. Get it kind of in a final shape now that we got his face in there. The only thing we have really left to do on him is his little beard. And that's going to be super easy to do. I tend to use gouges when I do the beards. Gotta be careful on getting that point too pointy because your ball will actually just fall right off the hat. I've had that happen a few times. They've been, don't want to say ballless gnomes, but that's what they are. They end up being ballless gnomes, which, that just sounds so wrong. In so many ways. Oh yes, I'm loving the hat. Okay, so I'm going to draw in his little stash here. Get his little stash drawn in there. We're going to go ahead and carve that out. Here's my detail knife here. That might work just as well as my chipper. There we go. Now his stash is getting in there. We're going to bring that beard down here in a minute. There we go. I have some long old hair coming around his little beard. Yeah, his little beard. Get all that. This is really, this part here is giving me kind of some boogers to it. It's not wanting to carve just quite right. How about we get some of this beard stuff taken out of here? Okay. Make a little V here. Get his little mouth out of there. There we go. He's got a little mouth. See that mouth? There, just gonna kind of get it flattened down a little bit here with his beard. And put his hair back in, because, or his gown, or whatever that's going to be. Probably just his gown. Guess it could be. So, yep, we are getting him carved on up here. He's going to be a cute little gnome when he's done. See, he's kind of a cutie. Alright, I'm going to go in with his mouth a little bit more here. His mouth nice and deep.
Tim Allen's back in the show again. That's fucking cool.
And round off his beard here, or mustache. Because as you know, I don't like leaving sharp edges for nothing.
You were not jumping on me again. I don't know you.
So we're going to get them rounded off.
50 years.
Oh, yeah.
Get my detail knife out here so that we can get all these little wood boogers out of here.
We're not doing that.
I got quite a few of them in here. They just got to get out of there. Take a little bit off of his face here because I think his face is standing out a little bit too far. There we go. I like that. That looks so much better than it did. The one thing I like about whittling, you just take little tiny pieces off. See how he's looking so far? And he's going to have two little feet here popping out. Okay? So we're gonna have his little feet C's popping out here.
I'm definitely gonna need one. Bad.
I'm making a hairline back here. I'm gonna go from his stash around. That way we can tell his hair from his little gown here. Because otherwise it all runs together. We don't want that.
The actually key harvester only holds like 3,700 liters.
Gosh, I've been at it almost an hour. It doesn't seem like it's been that long yet.
Try to do a little bun.
Alrighty, let's draw this little foot in. Again, it's like, no, let me come out and down. Yeah, it's about the same there. I know. Kentucky Country, how are you? I know you are. I'm so glad you popped in. I'm waiting for you to drop a new song, boy. Haven't heard any new songs lately. If you guys do not follow Kentucky Country, he's a kid that I've known since he's been little, and he is amazing at singing, and you should go check his channel out. He has a phenomenal voice. So check him out soon. I can't wait. Did you hear the boys are home? Randall has moved back home permanently. He got released from the military. He's home permanently now. And Jared is home for Thanksgiving on leave, visiting, which is great. But he is now stationed over in Kansas, so he's closer to home, so he can come home more often, which is great too. But yes, guys, if you have not checked out Kentucky Country, go check him out. He has an amazing voice. He's an amazing musician. It's like, no matter what he does, he's just amazing with it. I've known him for so long. He used to come over and play on my piano all the time, and I loved listening to him. He's just so talented. And I'm so glad to see that you're doing so good in life. Like, absolutely amazing. I am so happy for you. You're learning the guitar now. Ooh, I bet you that's really gonna be good. You'll be good at it. I know you will be. You're good at everything that you do. So I have no ifs, ands, or buts that you could definitely do the guitar. That's for darn sure. That'll really add to what you do too. Like, that'll be so amazing. I'm sitting here just whittling a gnome. We sure do miss you. Yeah, so he's coming along pretty good, I think. Got to fix over here. It kind of looks a little wonky. I think I need to drop his beard down a little bit there. Maybe that's why he looks wonky, is his beard's off on this side compared to the other side. That could be. Maybe that's why he looks weird. Oh yeah, that looks better. Now I'm going to take down some of this over here. That'll make a difference too. I thought about trying to make myself a theme song and something to play when I go, like, do my videos and stuff, something as an intro music, but I haven't done it. I thought about doing it with, like, the saxophone or something, but then that means people would hear me play, and, well, I know how that goes. I don't like anybody to hear me play. Okay. So we have a stash in here. We're gonna round out the stash. We're gonna work on getting all the wood boogers out. But yeah, this is kind of what I do. I just sit here and make little gnomes. Does he look pretty cool, guys? You see his little feet in there? I think he'll turn out pretty cool. Hey, hey, Hunter! What's up, buddy? What's up, Hunter? We're just... I'm doodling a gnome keychain. I had a lady get a hold of me that wanted to order one for her neighbor for Christmas, so that is what we are doing. We are whittling up a gnome. I guess I sent off some of my gnome keychains to Arizona this last week, and she saw them and just absolutely fell in love with them. So they decided to get her one for Christmas too, which is kind of cool. I'm getting his hair put in here. Gonna round off the edges to the hair because we don't have straight edges to hair too well. This part of that gown needs cut back a little bit more. Not cut back far enough in there. Not enough of definition in between the hair and the gown. Let's get that cut off there. I remember when Kentucky Country, he wanted, a couple years ago, wanted to learn how to whittle. I don't know. Oh, yes. Yeah, the boys have been busy. Randall now works out there with Nathan. Now that he's home, he's out there working with Nathan on the wreckers. But yeah, they've been busy. Boy, they've been uber busy out there. Been kind of nice because this whole weekend I've actually gotten to see the boys. They've been home most of the weekend. Right now I think Randall's out on a tow right now, but most of the weekend they've been home, which has been really good. Alright, I think we are getting somewhere with this dude. I gotta round off his shoes here a little bit. Make them look like feet or shoes or something here. because they're kind of square. Gonna round them off so they're not so square. Okay, let me see. I took this corner, this corner. I have to kind of remember what I did to the other side to make them kind of match here. Otherwise, they won't match. But yeah, I remember when Kentucky Country wanted to learn to whittle, and I wanted to teach him so bad, and we kind of ran out of time for it. And he's gone on to other stuff, but it'd be really cool to see if he ever takes it up again. Do my little corner cut here. Round the beard a little bit better here. Oh, you work on... Oh, yay! Almost 200. I can't wait to get to 200 subs. Like, I am, like, stoked for it. I've been trying for what seems like ever to hit 200, so I'm, like, excited if I can get there. So I need everybody to get on here and subscribe and...
What are you eating?
One of the dogs is eating something, guys. Not me. It is not me eating, I promise.
No.
One of the dogs probably getting in something they're not supposed to. Alright, guys. I think the little gnome dude is almost done. I think he's pretty good here. Got a little bit of cleaning up and stuff to do and getting him painted and everything. And then he will be ready for a new home too. Which is cool. I love sending these guys to new homes. I love it when a gnome gets a home. It's always a good thing. When the gnomes get a home. Kind of taking a little bit more off of his. I know. I'm kind of surprised too. I thought she'd be here too, but I haven't heard much from her. I don't know what's going on. But it is the weekend. She could be very busy on the weekends too. She usually is. So I don't know where she's at. That kind of floors me too that she's not here. I'm just glad everybody else is. There is a lot of the family missing.
No. No.
There's quite a bit of the family missing. Joe's not here. I haven't seen Joe yet. Been trying to go later on my lives because everybody says they're way too early, and like I can't remember who it was. So it was like 4 o'clock in the morning for them when I'd go live, and so I'm trying to do later ones so everybody can jump on. There we go. What do we think of our little gnome dude? And he'll have like a little thingy in his head, and he'll be a keychain. Yep. I think he turned out pretty cute. Oh my goodness. Yes, you should post that. That was so awesome. Thank you. And look, I've got fire starter for days. That's all I use that stuff for. I saw a dude that used this stuff to make sculptures out of it. I don't know that I would be that patient. Like, he would take it and, like, have them all wet. And he, like, had a clay sculpture, and he would lay it on there and, like, mold it to the clay sculpture and stuff. I don't know if I'd be that patient to do it. It'd be kind of cool to do, but I don't know if I would be able to. Yep. Started as a rectangle, and he is now a gnome. I do have to kind of round his little backside here a little bit, and we're going to put some hairs on him. I guess I could put hairs on him while you guys are here with me. Do some hairs. Let's find a V tool. Don't mind me. Gotta stand up because I don't know. Oh, that's a U. There's a V. A different sized V. We want several different sizes of V's here. We want some big. We want some small. I have been. I did one. Oh, what was it? Like 2 months ago, of the popsicle stick sculptures. I did one, and because it was requested to do one, so I did one and sold it right away. It was the wishing well one. I didn't do it like on YouTube. I probably should have, because it's something unique, but I didn't. Okay, I'm gonna start with my baby tiny. I don't know if you guys can even see that. It's so tiny. It's just a little V cut. We're gonna use that on his little mustache here. Give him some hairs. Give his mustache some hairs here. And these little ones, they don't show up so well until after you paint him and stain him and stuff. Then the little hairs show up very, very well. And if I get boogers, I just run it over it and try to take them off. See, I don't know if you can see. It's got hair there and no hair over here. So we just take the baby gouge and just make some little hairs. I'm gonna go different. Some of the hairs have a lot of pressure, some don't. Gives you different depths there, that way. Brush the boogers off. Okay, now we're gonna do both of his little things. I don't know how to do that so you can see it real well. There we go. See, both mustache sides have hair. They're gonna do his beard having some hair. They're gonna have some big ones. Some big old gouges. They're gonna have some small gouges. Some medium gouges. I'm gonna do a big one right in the middle there. I'm gonna take the medium one, put some gouges in. And I love using the V tool for hair. It's quick, it's easy, but it's so pretty. Makes it look so good. I'm gonna come this way with a few of them. We're gonna go in with some smaller hairs. And I always make sure to, like, if you hit the edges, it makes it look more real. Like, there's actual hair there. It's not just flat. Okay, then we are going to brush them away. We're going to put away the wood boogers here. Okay. There's his little beard. Now he needs some hair back here. I'm gonna have to shape this a little bit better so it ain't so square. I don't like a square head. We're gonna give him a little bit more of a rounded head here. There's Joe. How was Joe today? I wonder if you're going to stop on in. We're making a keychain gnome. Little gnome that's going to be into a keychain. Right now, adding hair to him. Okay, so we're going to add some. Okay, so we're going to add some big. We always start big first. And we move on to our medium. After we're done with our big V-cuts, get them done. Kind of clean them up a little bit. So that was our big one. We're going to use our small one. We're going to go in and gouge with the small one a little bit too. And all different kinds of pressure onto it just to make it contrasting there. Okay, I want it to go away from his face, so we're going to gouge in that direction there. Make his hair kind of fly away. And then go in with the small and add some more fine detail to it all over the place. And it's just all different sizes of gouges that we have here. The V gouge is what I'm using. Okay. Now I'm going to figure out how I'm going to get this one here. I want it to go this way. Right like that. And then I'm going to come in here. Put these ones in here. And turn it this way and put some more in this way. I missed one there. Okay. Brush the boogers off. Shave the boogers off. I just hit it really lightly and it takes all the roughness off of it. Because you always get like a couple of them pieces that don't pop out well. They kind of just splinter in there. I have found if I just take my knife and just slightly run it over it, it takes that off of there. Takes all them nasty little splinters out. And then we'll end up sanding them here in a little while too and get them all painted. And then when I'm done, I will show you guys the final product with them. But, so far, here's our little gnome dude. And you turn him around, he's got a head of hair. And a gown. I bet you I can see about getting you one. I bet you I could. Thanks, Joe. I bet you if I talk to Unky, I bet you Unky might get you one. I don't know how big you are now, though. I haven't seen you for a while. It's been quite a while since I've seen you. I'll send you out a message, or I don't know if you still have me on Facebook or not. And so if you have me on Facebook, look me up on Facebook. I'll send you a message with my number, and you can tell me your size and stuff that you need, and I bet you we can get you. We could work on getting you one. Bet you Unky would do that. Oh, okay. Easy. I can get you one of them. Very easily. Absolutely. Yes. That just means you're going to have to come to town and see your auntie. Which, I wouldn't oppose to. I kind of miss seeing you. I don't kind of miss seeing you. I miss seeing you a whole hell of a lot. I'm so proud of what you've become in life. You seem to be doing so good. Auntie is so proud. You know, the bad thing about whittling is you could sit there and you could just keep going over this all day long just to take like little imperfections out. And you could do this all day long. Eventually, you just have to call it quits. Because otherwise, you'll sit here forever. So anyway, that is going to be our gnome dude. That's going to be our gnome keychain. He's all done. We just got to get him painted and everything. And I will post pictures of having him painted and all that. So anyway, guys, I'm going to jump off here for now. I think I've kept you long enough. I've kept you for over an hour now. So I'm going to let you guys go. I'm going to go sit down and put my foot up. It is starting to throb because it's been down forever. So, yeah, I'm going to go get it put up and everything. And stay tuned for pictures of him being painted. All right. Thanks, y'all, for hopping on. And I'll catch you on the flip.